All right. If I went dual pulley on my B8, do I have to run the dual pulley file all the time? I'm afraid of reducing reliability while cruising to work on dual pulley tuning versus single pulley.
No, what you are doing is running light load. So this is going to have no effect. There's going to be no difference.
Yeah.
You're going to have a little tiny bit more parasitic loss because you're spinning the supercharger ever so slightly faster while cruising. But as far as load on the engine, exactly the same. Yep. It's going to target the same amount of vacuum while you're cruising. It's going to target the same air fuel and timing ratios. Everything is going to be identical.
But you do have to run the dual pulley file if you're running dual pulleys.
Well, yes and no. I mean, you can run the other files. You're going to get limited boost, and you're actually going to be generating more heat while doing it.
Yeah.
So you're basically people think they'll run the lower output files, run lower boost, and everything will be running more efficiently. What actually happens is you're bypassing that already hot air from the supercharger right back into its inlet again. So you're just basically reheating that same air again.
And the reason for that is boost on the B8 3.0T is controlled mechanically by the pulley ratios.
Right.
The ECU can control it by bleeding off the boost that's being created, but that's a very inefficient process. So
ideally
you're creating heat and then not using it and then dumping it back in.
Yeah, the most efficient is going to be with that bypass valve shut and whatever pulley ratio you want to target for the amount of boost you want to run. So if you don't want to run that much boost, run smaller pulley ratio.
Yeah, but the point is, there's no detriment to just driving around with a dual pulley.
Nope.
Compared to
all of the light load cruise stuff is going to be identical across all of our files.
You'd actually be doing more harm by doing the thing that he thinks is better, right?
Yeah.
Which is
it's a little maybe counterintuitive, but we don't alter, manipulate, or mess up the light load characteristics in any way between the files.
It's counterintuitive if you don't know how everything's working. Once you understand how it works, it's very intuitive.
Yeah. And ideally, your drivability and your throttle response is going to be a little different between all of them because we do map the pulley ratio, as correctly as possible for the given ranges between stage 1, stage 2, and then stage 2 plus. So the ECU has, knows how fast the supercharger should be spinning. It knows roughly how much air should be moving through that supercharger, how much to open the bypass valve for part throttle drivability. So it's only going to be better if you run on the right file.